Hey, I'm Sarah Jane with My Half Acre Homestead. Welcome back. So this evening I have just got off work. It is a little bit late because we have already had dinner. So we're looking around like 8:30, 9 p.m. right now. But I wanted to take you and show you how I can refried beans. So in my household, we use a lot of black beans. So I will be using black beans as refried beans. But I wanted to show you how easy it is because Tom and I were looking at the pantry and trying to follow similar to what Three Rivers Homestead has started in the community. Really look at your ingredients in the pantry, what you've canned, put up, and go ahead and work through some of those things if they may need to be gone through now because, you've canned some things. This is our third year in our homestead. So there are some things that we do need to use up. We will not be depleting the pantry as our family, we don't have a full working pantry yet. We are getting close. So we have canned things up and we are using things. But something we don't have on the shelf right now is refried beans. And I have a ton of black beans to use and can. So I thought, why don't I take advantage of this time right now of downtime? We're starting to plan the garden for next year, but not too much is going on in the homestead. So let's go ahead and seize the opportunity and can some refried beans. So to start your refried beans, you need to boil your beans for 30 minutes after soaking the beans for a full 12 hours. Then we'll get our pressure canner ready and sanitize our jars for 10 minutes. And yes, that is my phone on my kitchen cabinet in the handles. I like to put it there while I'm doing something to watch my YouTube videos, and I'm a weirdo. What can I say? And these are some glove mitts that I got Tom for Christmas this past year. They can touch foods on the grill and work really nice as oven mitts, and I have used them for canning. They work great. Now I'm going to put my beans in my sanitized jars, and the beans need to be filled up halfway up the jar. Now, something that I did not show you guys on this video, and I did make a mistake, was I did not clean the rims of these with vinegar like I normally do. Somehow I just forgot. But make sure you clean your rims. It does help, as well as measuring out the liquid. That way, the best I could say, it would help prevent siphoning and keep a good seal. Now I'm putting 2 teaspoons of this mix for refried beans, and I can put it in the description box below if you guys are wanting to try this recipe. Then of course I'm going to fill the rest of the jars with hot water up to the top, and you need to leave about a 1-inch headspace. Also, you want to make sure to debubble. So I'm using the end of one of my really small teaspoons. So we make sure to get all the bubbles out. And of course, I'm going to be topping off these jars to make sure they do have that 1-inch headspace. And I'm going to debubble again. I got nervous. I thought I saw a bubble. And, with beans, they can be compacted when they go in. So you want to make sure to get all the bubbles out. Then we're going to put on our lids after I had sanitized them. And then next you're going to put on your rings. And when you put on your rings, you're going to want to tighten them down with your hand. But it's important that you just use your fingertips to make it fingertip tight. and in the pressure canner they go. The really great thing about the Presto canner, my husband did buy it for me for Christmas, but it can be a little scary pressure canning, but with this, it does all the work for you. So it really takes that guesswork out of it. You can probably hear the canner in the back. We're on our second batch. So what I'm gonna do now is I did have some beans left over. I had a small feeling I did because my bowl is still really big. I put a lot of beans in there, and when I was looking at it, I knew I should have weighed out the beans. I needed like 5 pounds, and I think I got way too many, but that's okay. So I have some left in the bowl. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make some black bean dip. It's really simple, and you can also freeze it for like 3 months, I believe, in the freezer. It's really fresh. You can eat it with some tortillas. So I have all the ingredients on hand. I'm not having to run to the store. So why not go ahead and make some dip? So I'll show you that next. So for our bean dip, you're going to put the beans in your processor or your little blender, whatever you have that can blend really well. You're going to want to empty all your beans in there. Then you're going to add salt, some cumin. Smoked paprika is great in there, or just paprika. If you have that, that will work. And then you're going to put some salsa, a heavy amount, and garlic. And then I did not have any fresh cilantro because we're trying to do the pantry challenge and not go buy things. So I did use my dried cilantro that we grew this summer. Now I clean off the top of this every time, or it's going to get in my little Ninja blender, and it gets really gross if you don't clean it. So I always clean that. And then you're going to blend it up until it's a good consistency of your liking. We like it really smooth, so I blended it for a few moments here. And I'll empty this in one of my glass containers that have a lid, so I can put that in the freezer for future times, or if we have a party to go to. And I'll also make a small container for lunches this week. How we like to serve this is with fresh salsa on top with sour cream. It is so good with that if you have any tortilla chips in the house, or if you just want to have it with some crackers, that would be really divine as well. And we're done. Thank you so much for joining me as we canned some refried beans and made some bean dip to enjoy this week for lunches and to put in the freezer. If you guys need any prayer or have some prayer requests, let me know in the comments. I would love to pray for you. And until next time, see you soon.